to TV shows and all things loved by nerds. We'll share just how we rate them from our favorites to the worst. Poking fun at toxic fandom, so we'll kick this into gear and see what's on the list today. Let's discuss some toxic tears.
Well, we're moving on now. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Tell me how you feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great, ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Welcome to Toxic Tears. Welcome. We are still on episode 5. This is part 3, so ignore the part 2.
Today.
It's part 3, the final part, the final chapter of 1984. Hello, Seth. Welcome to the show. We are excited to be back, Rob and I, and it is, like I said,
The Three Amigos!
number 3. So welcome. Want to introduce my amazing co-host, the sexiest man alive,
Oh, me?
Mr. Rob Cochran, the Camp Killer.
The Killer. If you guys need a wonderful, fantastic Jason Voorhees cosplayer at any party, event, or Comic-Con, I'm your man. I am your man. Just shoot me a message at the Camp Killer on either Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
Thanks. Gratuitous plug over.
Gratuitous plug. The mask makes him look so
Much
better.
It does.
So,
I actually scare people when I take it off.
Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to Toxic Tears. We rank the best and worst of everything we can possibly think of in all of fandom. We have been doing a series on the best horror films of the 80s, as I said before. This is episode 5, continuing with part Trace.
The Three Amigos!
The final chapter in 1984.
Just a smidge left.
Yes. We got 5 movies to
Just a
review. We will be going on a very short hiatus. We're going to take about 4 weeks off because Rob and I have back-to-back conventions and events coming up.
A lot of cons.
So we'll be back in September. Like and follow the Beyond Hero Productions Facebook page to keep track of our next episode.
Please.
Because we really appreciate your viewership.
Or I'll find you.
We have one rule, right? We have one rule. Don't be a dick. If you don't know what a dick is, take biology.
Yes.
If you don't know how not to be a dick in the comments, don't comment. That's the best rule to live by. If you do act in any way, shape, or form like a dick, we will ban you.
Yes.
This is not a democracy. It's a benevolent dictatorship.
We don't mind argumentative people,
Yep.
but don't be dickish.
It's a dick.
Dick-free environment.
So, boom. So, if it's an S, it is the goats.
The goat.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
The goat.
That means the movie is iconic. It sets the standard. It did something that no one else has done before. It was a precursor to a whole genre, a new genre of horror films. So if you've been paying attention, so far we've got The Terminator, Ghostbusters, Friday the 13th Part 4, which restarted the slasher genre, Gremlins, and Nightmare on Elm Street, which introduced the infamous Freddy Krueger. Those are our goats so far. Our next tier is A.
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing.
So A's mean they're awesome, but they're not iconic or haven't reached the S
Just a
part.
smidge shy of iconic.
Just a smidge, Rob's favorite word. So far, it's been the very naked and greased up Clint Eastwood in
So
Tightrope.
great. I can't get that image out of my mind.
And nobody can. Dreamscape and the Toxic Avenger. Toxie. So, C.
I mean, it's alright. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
So, hi, Rick. Welcome aboard.
Rick
So
in the
C-
house.
C means it's watchable but not memorable.
Right.
It's a good film. You might watch it again,
Might
but
watch it again,
it
yeah.
doesn't rise to the top of A or even close to S. So far, we've got Trancers and Night of the Comet. So both those are C's for us. F means
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
so that it's not a good movie,
No.
but sometimes it's so bad it might be good.
Right. You don't regret the 2 hours or whatever it was.
No. Or you regret it, but
Yeah.
it's not Z level, which we'll talk about. in a second.
Yeah.
So right now, Children of the Corn, one of two Stephen King movies that came out in 1984,
Mm-hmm.
ends up on the F. I would have given it a Z. Rob gave it an F. So, and then of course the infamous Z.
what the fuck?
Fuck!
No idea why they made the film. They should be arrested,
Oh, they think.
prosecuted, go to Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz.
Yep, covered in A1 steak sauce.
You
It
stole
is-
2 hours of my life.
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
And that was Chud.
Good.
Chud. This is the most even balanced tier we've done so far.
Kinda, yeah.
I really think that we pretty much covered the spectrum. Normally there's gaps. But,
There's a lot of goats in this one.
Yep, a lot of goats. A lot more goats I think we've done so far.
There is.
Be aware there will be spoilers. Of course, these movies are 41 years old,
Yeah.
but for our Gen Z and Gen Alpha audience who are not watching,
You probably aren't watching yet.
yeah, there are spoilers. So he used that word just a smidge, Rick said. Also, I want to give a big shout out to some of the YouTube links that we do utilize when we're doing our research. Check them out on YouTube at Fanboy Flicks, at Minty Comedic Arts, at The Bad Movie Bible, at one of our favorites, the Brandon Tenold, at Dead Meat, phenomenal overview of the kill count, and at the Horror Geek, not the Horror Greek.
The horror
Geek. I love it. He's very deadpan. I love his. Well, so is Brandon.
Brandon, yeah,
but the Horror Geek kind of really deadpans it out. So we've got 5 movies, as we said. Are we ready, Rob?
What's that?
Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's roll it.
All right. The first is a film called Mutant. And
Can you really call it a film? Well, I guess
yeah,
you can.
this dear Lord. All right, let's talk about Mutant, shall we?
Let's talk about Mutant.
While we watch the trailer, let's talk about
Trailer.
Mutant. So, budget on this film, Rob, was $1 million.
What?
Yep, and it grossed
Wow.
$2.5 million.
1 mil for that
Yeah.
trash.
So, and that includes it was not released internationally, just the U.S. theatrical total.
Wow.
Two brothers, Josh and Mike, are on a road trip to the deep south where they run off the road and stranded in a creepy small town with a dark secret.
Well, they were run off the road.
Yeah, right. True. As locals begin to disappear or show signs of strange mutations, they just look like a bunch of mimes in whiteface.
Pretty much.
The brothers uncover a terrifying truth. The town's water supply has been contaminated by a nearby chemical plant, turning residents into bloodthirsty, radioactive zombies who look like they just came from Party City.
Yes.
With time running out, Josh must team up with a local school teacher, also bartender, and the town sheriff to stop the spread of the infection before it's too late. So, there you go. They're basically a bunch of people who got doused in flour.
Yes.
So,
blackout.
The most unoriginal, unimaginative, lazy zombies I've ever seen.
Yes. Extremely.
So one step below would have been just a guy walking around slowly. So that is Mutant. So just so you know, there were a total of 11 kills, Rob. However, there is a note. The mutants aren't always dead, but many townsfolk transition from victims to undead-like creatures, blurring the line between a traditional kill count and infection count.
Funny.
So if you add the infection count, 15 plus people died.
15 plus.
Including me and Rob while we watched it.
Right.
So it was an environmental horror film. And it kind of follows the eco horror, pollution, corporate negligence. It predates Chud and the Toxic Avenger barely because they came out the same year. I don't know why. The Toxic Avenger, you can't even compare this to Toxic Avenger. Toxic Avenger had a lower budget and better effects.
Yeah, it really did.
And Chud had better acting. So, which is...
I don't know what they spent $1 million on in this movie.
No, that was on cocaine.
Yeah.
They really like to make fun of the South.
Yes, they do.
This is... Everyone in this film is a redneck. I'm surprised the zombies weren't like carrying Confederate flags behind them. So
the only thing that was missing was banjo music and squealing like a pig.
Yeah, and incest. Especially in the 80s. We've seen a lot of films with that in it.
Oh, yeah.
It was shot entirely in Georgia using real towns and storefronts for authenticity. The makeup artist was uncredited, and I would have been uncredited as well.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that.
Right. Despite the elaborate gore and mutation effects, not...
What? Elaborate?
Several makeup artists went uncredited due to union disputes. I think the union dispute thing was an excuse. It does have a cult following. It found new life on VHS and late night TV, probably HBO. We've talked about that on other episodes. It earned a cult status by the late 90s. So, and the opening title font, I don't know why this is even a thing. The glowing green font used in opening credits was borrowed from unused titles from the Incredible Hulk TV movie project.
Borrowed.
So there were bootleg posters of this film. I don't think they were bootleg. I think they were leaked because there's only one poster that actually looks somewhat film. So one of the posters, they tried to make it look like it was part of the Scanners universe. That's the first one you see.
Oh, yeah.
Then they added the second one. They added the creature.
Where did that come from?
That isn't in the film.
Not at all.
And then they stole the creature from one of Roger Corman's films. The only one that looks like the actual creatures is the one with the Joker guy. Yeah. But that looks like Zombie Joker.
It does look like Zombie Joker.
And then the film was also called Night Shadows. I don't also know if you look at the even the original poster.
Yes,
it doesn't
tell you anything.
It's. If I saw this poster, I would be intrigued.
Yeah,
I would be totally pissed off if I saw the movie after. It's like Funhouse, where there's no clowns.
But this looks like aliens coming down or something. Like they're sucking the town up.
I saw this on HBO and did not scare me. I was bored. I don't think it's got elaborate effects at all.
And I was really just hokey.
Yeah. So
there's one part in it that I picked up on because I'm a retired cop. The sheriff says at one point in the movie he's no longer sheriff, that they got rid of him. A sheriff is an elected official everywhere.
Yeah.
So how they just demoted him to not sheriff anymore is.
Here's a look at the zombies.
Yeah. Ooh, a great face paint.
Yeah. They actually used some kind of technique to make the veins look like they were glowing blue. But this looks like cosplay.
I saw, yeah.
It looks like really bad cosplay. For $1 million movie, that would piss me off if I was a studio. That would absolutely piss me off.
I understand how they spent the one. Like you said, big cocaine budget.
Yeah. So the other movie that the director was involved in was that one.
Can't heard of that one.
Yeah.
Andy Strike Nurse. Is that a porn? Or is that a horror movie?
Alan Holeb, who he's actually replaced midway through the film, so he's uncredited. They don't say why the dispute was, but that's his other well-known film.
Is it a comedy? Is it a?
It's basically Cinemax After Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then the writer, John Bud Carlos, I think I'm saying that right. Cardos, sorry. Cardos. He wrote Amazing Stories. So, and that's a phenomenal show, which is shocking that he made this and then went on to make Amazing Stories.
People grow.
Yeah, people grow. But he also did, he had worked on Kenny Striped Nurses with Alan as a stunt coordinator. So he brought him over to this film, but stunt coordinator on Kenny Striped Nurses.
Those girls need to know how to fall on that mattress.
Yeah, apparently. I'd love to see what a stunt coordinator does on a soft porn film. Take that back. No, I don't. Wings Hauser, who was basically in every movie as the bad guy in 1980s. I think.
Plays a good bad guy.
Yep, he passed. He has 127 credits. He died this year. I know he died this year.
I did not know that.
He died this year. So, and then Bo Hopkins played the sheriff. Bo has 162 credits to his name. He was in films like American Graffiti, Midnight Express, and The Wild Bunch. So I thought he looked familiar.
Oh.
And then Lee Montgomery played Mike Cameron, which was Wings Hauser's best friend. He does become a zombie in the film, by the way. 57 credits. The one thing I found that most people might recognize him from if you're Gen X is Girls Just Want to Have Fun with Sarah Jessica Parker. Jodie Medford played Holly Pierce, the school teacher. She only has 4 credits. She didn't really do anything after this film.
Yeah, she looks familiar too. But...
Yeah, she didn't do it. That looks like someone took Photoshop and took a character from Little House on the Prairie and slapped it in there.
And put it on.
It's like a green screen photo. Yeah. So look how terrifying that zombie is.
Oh, I'm just so scared.
Oh man, I almost shit myself. But that's not because I got scared. That's just
because he's old.
Yeah, I'm not wearing my Depends either. Jennifer Warren played Dr. Myra Tate. She has 72 credits. Nothing that anybody would care about.
The coroner, right?
Yeah, the coroner, yep. And then Mark Clement, he played Charlie the bartender. He has 12 credits. He was in Mississippi Burning, Career Opportunities, and Poison Ivy with Michael J. Fox. Oh, look, a Confederate flag.
Wow.
Shocker. A movie that makes fun of Southern people. So that is Mutant. For me, Rob, this is an absolute Z.
1,000%.
Yeah.
So you get no argument from me whatsoever.
Do not waste your time watching this movie. Normally, I will tell people what the heck happened there. Normally, I will tell people that at least experience it. No,
no.
It's not as bad as Inseminoid, but damn near close.
Pretty close, yeah.
It's damn near close.
I don't think anything is going to beat Inseminoids.
No, not in my book. It would be hard to beat Inseminoid.
Yeah, it would.
I don't even know how you. Yeah, that movie is just terrible. But okay, so that's Mutant. Mutant gets a Z. So it's not starting off great.
Nope.
Not starting off great. Next film up is Razorback.
Razorback.
Which I was shocked at how much I like this movie.
Good luck to me, boy.
God, it pretty well. This was filmed in Australia.
Aussie.
So let's take a look at Razorback. Budget was $3.8 million, Rob. It made 1.4 million,
Oh,
so it was a bomb.
It blew.
Yeah, which is I don't understand why. In the scorching Australian outback, a monstrous car-sized wild boar with a taste for human flesh terrorizes the locals and leaves a path of carnage. When American journalist Beth Winters vanishes while investigating illegal kangaroo poaching, her husband Carl travels to the remote town of Gamula to uncover the truth. As Carl dives deeper into the town's bizarre secrets and confronts the twisted Baker brothers, he discovers that the true horror is not just the monstrous Razorback, but the savagery of the outback.
The savagery.
A surreal and atmospheric creature feature, Razorback blends man versus nature thrills with gritty Ozploitation madness. That's what they used to call Australian films.
Ozploitation?
Yeah, when they were filmed in Australia. They could have summed this up by giant killer pig terrorizes outback.
Mm-hmm.
That's what basically would have.
Well, not a pig. It's a boar.
Yeah.
Let me correct you on that.
Yeah. So, some amazing effects. It was written by Everett D. Roche. He has 70 credits. It's known for its cinematography, which, if you watch the trailers, is absolutely beautiful. And we'll talk about the director, whose career started with music videos, and you can see that in this film. It has definitely a Mad Max feel. It is another environmental allegory about, what happens when people fuck with nature. It also was a critique of Australia's rural masculinity. Why? Industrial exploitation and environmental damage. So it's our second environmental horror film of the night. Though a box office flop, again, like most of these films, it found new life in the Blockbuster Video and on HBO. HBO was the savior of the B-movie. We and Rob were talking about this scene. I love this scene. And the cinematographer told the director, but the TV would go off, and he goes, yeah, but it looks cool. So, pretty cool. I love this film. I did get the chance to revisit it now as an adult. I don't know why I didn't revisit it sooner, but it's definitely... It's land Jaws with an absolute Cujo influence.
Oh, definitely. Jaws and Cujo kind of wrapped up.
It's also based off a novel. Much like Jaws, which was Peter Benchley's novel. But they didn't take much from this. I think that most of it was just the killer boar aspect. Because there was a lot of stuff apparently in the book that they would not translate well to film. But it was, I believe the film portion, I don't think it was the book. I think the film was inspired a lot by the infamous story about a child abduction case in the outback, where the woman said a dingo
ate my baby.
In the 1980s. It captivated Australia and influenced Razorback's tone. The movie was called Cry in the Dark, starring Meryl Streep. She was arrested and jailed, and they later did find out that a dingo did, in fact, grab her baby. But it's a good movie. If you want to check out a good drama, it's a good movie, and it's pretty true to the story. The Razorback was huge. They had I don't know how many puppets they have. I think they had 3 different models were built, each with a different function. One was shot out of a tank. That's the one that goes to the house.
Right.
They had this one, which was on a dolly car. And then they actually had one that was the one they used for close-ups and goring. They had one that walked, but the director did not like it. They spent $250,000 on it, and the studio told them, you're going to put that in the freaking movie.
I would have too.
So, but that's one shot, and then the close-up of the one that attacks. That looks incredible.
It looks really good.
So, that looks really good. So, it is a mutant. It's a mutant boar.
Mutant.
The pig noises that were used, that's not that, by the way, facetious. But the pig noises that were used in the film came back later in Mortal Kombat.
What?
And they used the pig noises in Tremors 2.
Wow.
So
weird.
So it has a Tremors connection and a Mortal Kombat connection. All right, the director was Russell Mulcahy. Not Father Mulcahy.
Father, how about I say Father Mulcahy's brother?
Yeah. He was literally the music video pioneer of the late 70s and 80s. The very first video, Radio Killed the Video Star. I mean, Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yeah.
That was him.
He did it?
He directed that video.
Oh, wow. That kind of started it all, didn't it?
He basically made MTV what MTV is. He
Well,
directed
it's not
over
anymore.
70 music videos, including bands like Duran Duran. He did Hungry Like the Wolf, Planet Earth, Girls on Film, Save a Prayer, Rio, Is There Something I Should Know, Union of the Snake, The Reflex, and The Wild Boys. He was actually the director, the producer wanted to make Razorback, saw Hungry Like the Wolf and wanted the director from that to direct the film. They actually called him.
That's cool.
And he accepted it without knowing the script. And he said, what's the script about? He said, a giant big. He goes, I'm in.
Yeah,
So he also directed videos for Elton John. I'm Still Standing. I guess that's why they call it the blues. I love that song. Sad Songs, Wrap Her Up, Nikita, Sacrifice, and You Can Make History Young Again.
You can see a lot of the tricks that he did for Elton John's video in the movie,
Yeah.
where he kind of flashed back and forth. And
A lot of the transitions are
Lot of
very music
transitions,
video. He also directed Billy Joel's Pressure.
Billy Jill? You mean Billy Joel?
Billy Joel. That's Billy's sister. Billy Joel's Pressure. Two iconic music videos from Bonnie Tyler. He did both Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding Out for a Hero.
Wow.
Kim Carnes, do you know who that is?
I do. She sang Betty Davis Eyes.
He directed that video.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. Also Rod Stewart,
Rod.
Young Turks, and Tonight I'm Yours. He did Spandau Blue Ballet, Spandau
Ballet, bro.
Spandau Ballet, you know
Yeah,
that?
Spandau Ballet,
Okay. True and Gold. He directed those two, Rob. Pages are stuck together.
What you been doing in there?
Yeah, right. The Tubes, Talk to You Later. The Vapors, Turning Japanese. Turning Japanese.
I think I'm turning
Yeah.
Japanese. I think I'm
Which
turning
is a
Japanese.
song about having fun.
That's
with
not a
yourself.
racist song, is it?
Well, it's about masturbation.
I know, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
for the time, you couldn't put that out now.
No. Yeah, you could. They did WAP.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I see what you're saying with the racial
With the-
overtones. Yeah, you're right. They definitely. You're 100% right. The Human League's Mirror Man, Fleetwood Mac's Gypsy. The Motel's Only the Lonely, ABC Look of Love, and Def Leppard's Photograph.
That's iconic.
He right after this film, despite the fact it bombed, he directed
Highlander. All of them, or just the first one?
the first and the second. So, and again, you could see the music video influence in that.
Yes.
It's funny because where he succeeded, remember the director of Alien 3 had done music videos,
True.
and he failed miserably. But they had a lot of studio interference with that, so I don't necessarily blame him. The cinematographer Dean Semir, right?
Samir.
He was a cinematographer for Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
My favorite Mad
And
Max
you
movie.
could see the influences. He also, right after this film, guess what he did? Dance with Wolves. He was cinematographer for Dance with Wolves.
What's your favorite Mad Max?
The second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I like the second.
One
I
man,
like
two
all
men
three.
enter, one man leave.
Yeah, I like all three. I don't like the reboots. So, the film stars Gregory Harrison. He has 176 credits to his name, but he's most remembered for Trapper John, MD. Remember that
Oh,
series?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was a star of Trapper John. Arkie Whitley, who plays the female protagonist. She was the captain's girl in The Road Warrior. Remember? Do you remember her from The Road Warrior?
I do remember from The Warrior.
Bill Kerr played Jake Cullen. He has 117 credits. He plays the Quint character, the Captain Ahab.
Yes.
In the beginning of the film, his son is killed by the Razorback.
Yeah, they kill a kid right off the bat.
Right at the bat, runs through the fucking house. That's the one they shot with the tank, right? I mean, with the cannon. They shot.
Yeah, it
that's
comes
one,
right
yeah.
in. Yeah, and he
That's incredible. When I saw that, I'm like, how did they get? They shot that thing out through like an air cannon. Holy crap! Chris Haywood, who played Benny Baker. So the real villains of this story are the brothers, the Outback brothers, who definitely have a Mad Max feel to them.
That's very Mad Max's look right there.
Right. And they're kangaroo poachers.
Yes.
And so they're the real villains because the Razorbacks just doing Razorbacks do. And then there's David Argue. He plays the other brother. He stayed in character the entire time so much that he freaked out everybody. And at one point shaved a portion of his head, just like a little clip, because he said that's what the character would do. Just walked in one day, hadn't shaved.
Wow.
So he really embraced his character. And then Judy Morris, who plays Gregory Harrison's wife, Beth Winters, 87 credits. She gets
Cujo'd in the car, right?
Right, yeah.
Cujo liked.
Yeah.
About
Yeah. She co-directed, co-produced, and performed and wrote Happy Feet.
Oh.
So she dies brutally.
How cute. Yes, she does.
Now, there was some studio interference with this film. They cut out a lot of the gore. There's a scene where she dies more brutally. There's a scene where the Quint character gets his face ripped off. Rob and I were talking about that part of the broadcast. And so they did cut some stuff out, which is sad because I would like to see a director's cut of this. I don't know if there is a director's cut. So Razorback. Rob and I kind of went back and forth. I wanted to give this an S. What's your score, Rob, on this one?
A.
I agree. I don't think it's as good as Cujo or Jaws, but I definitely think
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Get up to that level.
No.
There's no way. But it's a good. It's a very underrated movie.
It's definitely it's worth the watch.
Oh yeah, watch it.
It's definitely worth the watch. So, without a doubt, Razorback is definitely an A. All right, moving on. Good Lord.
Do we have to move on to this one?
We do. Unfortunately, we do.
Naughty! Punish!
Silent Night, Deadly Night. Which the only thing from this movie series that I remember that I think is anywhere near, I wouldn't call it iconic, I would call it meme worthy, is
Garbage Day!
Yeah, so the sequel, the guy shoots the guy who's bringing his garbage out. He says,
Garbage Day!
Garbage Day. But the actual, the line.
Naughty! Punish!
This would be a really good movie or a drinking game. You had to do a shot every time he says, punish!
Yeah. Punish, no.
Punish!
Yep, so let's take a look at Silent Night, Deadly Night. So its budget was $750, which it barely looks like it was made for $750.
Oh wow! Yeah.
It the opening weekend it grossed 1.4, and then its total gross was 2.5. Now the reason for that is it was pulled only after 10 days out of public outrage because
Really?
yeah, and
Because
it actually
of the Christmas theme?
well because
the
they
Santa
were,
Claus thing?
yeah, everybody was like, you can't make a horror movie about Santa Claus. And it actually was ahead of Nightmare on Elm Street before that happened. So had stayed in theaters, it might have actually beat Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if it had the longevity to beat Nightmare on Elm Street, but traumatized by the brutal murder of his parents at the hands of the criminal in the Santa suit, young Billy Chapman is raised in strict Catholic orphanage. That's where he gets the naughty punish, where repression and punishment only deepen his psychological wounds. Years later, as a teenager working in a toy store during Christmas season, Billy is finally pushed over the edge. Probably worked a Black Friday. Donning a Santa suit, he snaps and embarks on a bloody Yuletide rampage across town, delivering twisted holiday punishment
Yuletide rampage.
to those he deems naughty. Silent Night, Deadly Night blends slasher tropes with psychological horror and seasonal satire. I disagree. I don't think to say in any way, shape, or form a psychological horror.
No,
This is
not
a
at
straight up
all.
slasher. It's a strip. So by the way, the kill count, I forgot to mention that. The kill count in Razorback was 7.
7.
Plus 1 animal. So 8. I forgot to mention that, guys. Sorry. Dropped the ball.
You had one job.
All right. So There were 14 on-screen kills, and the kills are not bad. They're not horrible. It's not up to the level of a Friday the 13th or
close.
It's almost it might be up to the level of Halloween 1, not Halloween 2. It was written by Paul Kami and Michael Hickey. It was directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. He has 78 credits. He's better known for making wholesome family fare. Actually, he's known for making a lot of documentaries, like Ancient Secrets of the Bible, which was a TV series. God's Holy Ark. Has the Ark of the Covenant been found? That was in 2007. Miraculous Messages in 2007. He directed this lone horror film, but refused. He didn't shoot any of the horror scenes. He had someone else shoot those because he was against it.
Really? Oh.
So why?
Oh.
It was banned in our 2 weeks. We just talked about that. There were nationwide protests because Santa Claus was a killer. Santa Claus wasn't the killer.
No, Santa Claus wasn't the killer at all. It was the
There are films where Santa Claus is the killer. There's films where Santa Claus becomes a werewolf, where a zombie later on down the line. But this is one of the biggest censorship controversies of the 1980s because of the fact that it was pulled. Yep. Wow. So Siskel and Ebert shamed the filmmakers. Listen to what they did. On national TV, they read the names of the cast and crew on air, condemning each one for participating in the movie.
Wow.
It's about as close as you get to doxing
That's
in 1980.
Crazy.
The lead actor who played Billy had a real-life Santa-phobia.
Huh.
He was genuinely uncomfortable in a Santa suit during filming because of his childhood fears.
Wow.
The fully uncut version, featuring longer and more graphic gore, was long considered lost until it was partially restored using lower quality VHS inserts for a 2000s re-release. That's the same thing that happened to My Bloody Valentine.
My Bloody Valentine. Yep.
Son of a bitch. Doing it again. The actual naughty punish wasn't in the script. He improvised that. And that became the franchise's most recognizable line. I don't agree.
Naughty! Punish!
I personally think this is the one that's
Garbage Day!
That's mine. You got to see the sequel to understand that. He shoots the guy right to the garbage can. All right, let's talk about some of the kills. This is the infamous antler scene.
The antler scene.
He also strangles one guy with Christmas lights. There was one guy at a window. A bow and arrow. Kills him with a bow and arrow. But a lot of close-ups on the face. That's where I think they try to get this psychological horror, which I don't think it achieved. Believe it or not, Rob, this thing had numerous sequels. It had 5 sequels. Saturday Night Deadline Part 2 is where they had the garbage day.
So who's in the sequels? I don't understand.
They're all different movies. They're not even connected.
They're all standalones. Okay.
The only one that's connected is Part 2. And in Part 2...
Garbage Day!
They actually... I think they said like 60-70% of the movie is just re-showing the first movie. So
wow.
I have not seen any of the other ones.
Do you really want to?
No. And there was a remake in 2012, which was called Silent Night, that bombed. And then they're remaking it now. It's coming out in 2025.
Really?
Yeah. And the studio that brought Terrifier. So they might actually do something with it.
You know, the premise of the movie is not that bad. I mean, they could do something with it if they have good writers. If they have the right people in the roles. They
might do it with Terrifier. The guys that have made Terrifier might actually do it right. We'll see. I'm not a big, listen, I don't want to shit on Terrifier series because I understand it is to many people iconic. I don't like gore porn. I did watch Thanksgiving. I thought the kills were insane, but it was kind of a dumb story. So I don't know. It's a crapshoot. I think every time they go outside of Terrifier, I think it's a crapshoot. Mm-hmm. Robert Brian Wilson played Billy Chapman. He has 21 credits. His voice was was dubbed.
All of it?
It was partially overdubbed in post to enhance his eerie monotone delivery during the Santa rampage scene. So when he says the Nandi punish, that's dubbed. So he looks great. I think he looks, as far as a killer goes,
But that look.
total win there. Yep. Danny Wagner, who was the younger one. He didn't do anything after this film. So this was his one and only film. Lillian Chauvin, who played the Mother Superior, she has 163 credits. If you remember, she was the coroner in Predator 2. Remember when they go to analyze the spear tip that kills Billy?
Yeah, I don't remember the corner, but she played the corner.
Yeah, she played the coroner. And she also played Joey's grandma in Friends.
Oh,
So, an illustrious career there.
that's just career.
Yep. Gilmer McCormick, who played Sister Margaret, has 10 credits. I didn't see anything that anybody would ever recognize. You're more than welcome to go on her IMDb page and check her out. Tony Nero, who played Pamela. She gets strangled, right? I think she gets strangled. Yeah. She has has 14 credits. Again, nothing really stands out. Britt Leach, he was the dad in Weird Science. Nancy Borgerneich as Miss Randall. She gets the bow and the arrow. She gets killed by the bow and arrow. She has 14 credits. Again, nothing really major. And Leo Getter played Andy. He has 44 credits. And he went on to become the executive story editor and supervising producer for The Closer, and then co-executive producer and executive producer of episodes of Major Crimes. So at least his career did something.
A little something.
Damn, this movie's bad. Like Rob said, what could have been. We'll see what the Terrifier group does with it. I'm not going to give it a Z because it is watchable. The kills are not bad. It's just you got to go in knowing it's going to be. It's unintentionally corny. I think unintentionally. What do you think, Rob? F?
My two pluses of this movie are the one thing I did like was they did a really good job establishing why he is the way he is.
The
build up of the backstory of the character was really good. Like you said, the kills aren't that bad. But for what it could have been, if they'd have had him kill really bad people like Dexter, because it's kind of, some of them are iffy. Yeah. Oh, you're naked, I'm going to kill you. Not if he had just gone out and killed these really horrible, bad people, drug dealers, and that would have been a lot better than the way they did it. But it's still, I put it as an F.
Yeah, I think an F is fair. I think there are people who would like Night of the Common. I think there are people who would absolutely disagree with us.
Oh, of course.
And Toxic Avenger, but I just, it's not a good movie.
I'm sure there's people that would disagree with us about Seminoids too. But
yeah, those people would be locked up.
Yes, and they'd be neutered. But F. I'm good with an F on that one.
I agree.
Kind of dipping down towards the Z, but it's more of an F.
Yeah.
They could have done something really good with that.
I don't think. Listen, it's got some really cool aspects of it. The story, the backstory, like you said, Rob, the kills. So I wouldn't give it a straight up Z. All right, next up is the second and final Stephen King movie of 1984.
Firestarter.
He had a good year in '83. I think
he did have
Dead Zone and all that, but.
I'm a Firestarter, terrific Firestarter.
Let's take a look at Firestarter. So this one, Rob, the budget was $12 million. It grossed 17, so a mild success. After undergoing secret government experiments that grant them psychic abilities, Andy McGee and his wife Vicky give birth to Charlie, a young girl with terrifying pyrokinetic powers. When the sister agency known as the Shop attempts to capture Charlie to use her as a weapon, her parents go on the run. But as the threat closes in and her powers grow more dangerous and uncontrollable, Charlie is forced into a confrontation that could engulf everything around her in flames. It's a paranoia-fueled emotional sci-fi thriller. It is more sci-fi thriller than horror. That explores the cost of power, government overreach, and childhood weaponization with an explosive central performance by young Drew Barrymore. And I think as well, George C. Scott. Art Carney's also in this.
Art Carney.
Visually, it looks great.
It does.
Visually, it's a good-looking movie. The book is better. Rob mentioned that.
Practical effects are phenomenal.
Practical effects are, absolutely, especially when you're dealing with fire.
Yeah, a lot of fire.
Insane.
Real fire used in this movie.
And Martin Sheen pretty much plays the same character that he played in...
The Dead Zone. He sure does, doesn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. But multiple fire rig. Oh, there's 12 plus deaths. It's hard to keep count because she burns a lot of people in the end.
She does.
It's got a really good. The fourth act is amazing. The final act is amazing.
Oh yeah, I just bizarre effects alone are.
Some people, I don't. Do they call it the third act or the fourth act? I guess they call it the third act.
Third.
Yeah. For Charlie's fire attack, special flame-resistant gel was used on stunt performers. Some were lit on fire in real time using full-body flame suits. So there was a lot of... This was a very dangerous set.
Very dangerous.
The book was banned in school libraries, and the movie was heavily criticized because of the fact they used the child was was evil and violent. A real pyro room was built for the shop's explosive climax. They constructed a massive lab set filled with controlled pyrotechnic rigs and collapsing structures. The ending is phenomenal.
Yeah. Very.
The final fireball shot took multiple days. The big helicopter and lab explosion sequence took 4 full nights to complete and involved more than 60 gallons of gasoline.
Wow.
King disliked the movie, although Rob mentioned
he had a huge part in writing the screenplay.
Yep.
A lot of suggestions were his.
He considered. Go ahead, sir.
No, said that he later said he didn't like were suggestions he made.
Yeah, he said it was the flattest adaptation of his work, and only said the movie did well or was solid because of Drew Barrymore's performance. I do think this is Drew Barrymore's best film.
Oh, she's phenomenal in it.
And she improvised a lot of the emotional. The emoting she's doing, she improvised a ton of that. So, by the way, Stephen King, just a quick recap. Stephen King.
He's written a few books.
65 novels. Seven. Brandy mentioned this when she was in the show. 7 under the name Richard Bachman. 5 nonfiction books. I did not know that. 12 collections of short stories. And over 200 short stories.
Crazy.
He's had 50 feature films, 35 TV series or miniseries, 100 short film adaptations, and 10 original streaming projects.
Wow.
So
his royalty checks must be just huge.
He's the GOAT. I hate his politics, but he's the GOAT.
I do too. He is the GOAT.
So all of Stephen King's works are interconnected in some way or another. And in this film, the shop is also mentioned in the Dead Zone. I don't remember when they mentioned the Dead Zone, though. Tommy Knockers and the Langoliers, which is god-awful.
Could have been a good one, but...
Yeah. If it was... The Langoliers was ahead of its time. It should have been... They should have waited until they got the technology right.
It's true.
Tommy Knockers is boring for me.
It is a little boring.
Yeah, the book was not bad. The Dead Zone is the freaking GOAT.
Yeah.
So...
Awesome.
So, and the score was done by Tangerine Dream. We talked about this. They also did the score for the Keep. But they did Firestarter, Legend, Near Dark, which is one of your favorite films, Vision Quest, and Miracle Mile. So that's really cool. And it was remade, as Rob mentioned, in 2022, which the remake is terrible.
I haven't seen it yet, but...
It's absolutely terrible. The film was originally supposed to be directed by John Carpenter, which I think would have changed everything. But because
changed it.
Because of the Rob was right, I was incorrect. I thought he left the project because, or didn't take the project because the Thing had bombed so bad. But he was dumped after the Thing was bombed.
After the Thing bombed, yeah.
So he was more involved than I think they give him credit for. Mark Lester took his place. He's best known for Commando, which is a horrible film. It's
Commando?
a fun film, but
I didn't think it was that bad of a film.
editing is terrible. The story
Well,
is
that's
very
the kind of
basic.
stuff, but it was a fun movie to
The
watch.
whole the non-reloading guns, the
Yeah,
endless
well,
ammo.
of course. That goes on in
Yeah.
a lot of movies, though.
Yeah, but Commando kind of set the
Yeah.
standard. They even make fun of it in Hot Shot Part 2.
Yeah.
He also did Class of 1984, which is a cult classic, and John Candy's film Armed and Dangerous, which is, I think, one of his worst films.
Yes.
So he also was the producer on The Funhouse, which is
Got
interesting.
nothing to do with clowns.
So Stanley Mann was the writer or the screenplay adapter, and he also did the screenplay for Conan the Destroyer and Damien Omen 2. Conan is a very juvenile story compared to the first one. It really is kind of the Temu version of the first one.
The Temu version.
Damien Omen 2, I heard, was actually as good
It
or
was.
better than the first
It
film.
was. Well, it was equal, I think.
Yeah, but he has 51 credits. So Drew Barrymore has an illustrious career. She has 536 credits. She was only 9 years old during filming, and again, she often improvised the emotional moments. So she's had her own talk show, and it's lasted 6 seasons. It's terrible. I hate it.
I've never seen it.
I hate the talk show. But she's most known for E.T. She was also, which I didn't remember, she was in Altered States. I forgot.
I don't know.
Irreconcilable Differences, Cat's Eye. She has a bit part in Wayne's World. She played Sugar in Batman Forever. She did three films with Adam Sandler. The Wedding Singer, 50 First Dates, and Blended. I haven't seen Blended.
50 First Dates is actually a good movie.
So is The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
They're both
I haven't
really
seen The
good.
Wedding Singer, but I said,
Oh yeah, please watch that, Rob.
good.
It's you and Brady will love it. It's nostalgia overload.
Okay.
In fact, they actually featured, what was that show on TV where they basically it was a kid in the 80s. The Goldbergs. The Goldbergs.
Okay.
The Goldbergs. Yeah. One episode takes place during that scene in The Wedding Singer.
Oh, okay.
So they made it like part of their universe.
That's
It's pretty funny. Billy Joel's also in The Wedding Singer. She was in Fever Pitch with Jimmy Kimmel. Whip It, which is actually not a bad film. She also was the first girl they killed in Scream. She was hung by her intestines. I didn't know she was in Smile too. I haven't seen it yet, but she was in Donnie Darko, of course, both Charlie's Angel movies.
Oh.
I bet she must forget that. Riding in Cars with Boys, Never Been Kissed, Poison Ivy. She did voice work in Titan AE, so she's got an impressive career. Trying to find ones that people would recognize.
The casting, it came down to her. Do you know who else it came down to?
No, who else?
Her, and I forget her name, forgive me, the girl from Poltergeist.
Heather O'Rourke.
Yes.
Heather O'Rourke, sorry.
She ended up getting killed, or she just...
She died. She died of cardiac arrest.
Ooh. At such
And
a young
she
age,
was
man.
11 years old.
Yes,
It
that's
was
horrible.
really sad. That's where it started the whole poltergeist curse thing. David Keith played the father. He had just
Telekinetic?
yeah, he was telekinetic. He has 148 credits. He was in tons of 80 movies.
Also, The Gentleman was one of his biggest ones.
Yes. Heather Locklear plays his wife, a very young Heather Locklear.
Very young.
She was best known for T.J. Hooker, Melrose Place, and one of my favorite movies, The Return of Swamp Thing, which is goofy, but they know it's goofy. It's actually better than the first. Martin Sheen plays the character of Captain Hollister, which is almost the same character as, or the same mannerisms and
Same
over the
hairstyle,
top.
everything.
Yeah, from The Dead Zone. Martin's got 683 credits. By the way, Heather Locklear's got 206 credits. But he was in Apocalypse Now, best known for The West Wing.
Great movie.
He did play Uncle Ben in The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, second one. He was in The Final Countdown. That's an interesting movie where the ship goes back in time to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wall Street, Firestarter, Gettysburg, and he was the bad guy in Spawn, which that's a terrible movie. And then George C. Scott There was a lot of controversy because the character he plays is a Native American, John Rainbird. He's been in one of the films we've already reviewed, which was The Changeling, which I thought was good. But he's most known for playing Patton in the movie
great
Patton.
movie.
Yep. So his role was also almost given to Christopher Walken. I would have liked to see what Walken would have done with that, but he turned it down. But Walken's career is insane. The Deer Hunter, Communion, which I have not seen yet. Pulp Fiction, I forgot he was in that. He plays Headless Horseman. He just basically growls at people.
Yeah.
And he's amazing.
You're right.
He's amazing. Brainstorm, you need to watch that one, Rob. That's really good. But he plays the Drill Sergeant Biloxi Blues. He's phenomenal in Seven Psychopaths. He plays one of the mafia bosses in Kill the Irishman. He's in Dune, the original Dune. Is that the original or the new? That's the revamp? That's the revamp. Suicide King's another great movie. A View to a Kill, he played, it's Shrek, right, in Batman Returns. Man on Fire, he plays God in Click. He's in Joe Dirt. He plays the father in Blast of the Past. Hairspray, he plays, I think, either an evil angel or the Antichrist in Prophecy films. Never seen those. But I love Walken. One of my favorite actors of all time.
You must, because he's not even in this movie.
Yep. And then Art Carney plays Irv Manders.
The family that takes in the father and daughter.
And he's most known from what, Rob?
Honeymooners.
Ed Norton and Honeymooners, yeah.
Hey, Norton!
Right. So, what a great show. What a great show. Also, he is known he starred in the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special. So, he was actually the highlight of that. If there was any highlight of that show,
That's him.
So, and then Louise Fletcher, she was also in it. I thought she was in something we reviewed earlier because we talked about her because she was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
She was also in Flowers in the Attic, which is disturbing, and Brainstorm with Christopher Walken. So, but anyway. So that's Firestarter. Rob and I, this is evolving as far as the rating. Rob, what's your final call on this? Because we were talking about how good the practical effects were.
For me,
Drew's acting, George C. Scott.
It's an A for me.
Yeah, we start off at a C.
A C, but I think after we talked about it, I think
I agree. I think
it's progressed.
Yeah. So, yep. The other King, it's interesting. So far with King, we've had 3 S's, 1 A, and 1 F. So I think there's other stuff. There's a couple other Stephen King films you want to look at as well. But Firestarter is a film. Every time it comes on TV, I watch it. I also did not see that in the theater. I saw it on HBO. That was the first time I saw it.
Definitely a rewatcher for sure.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, well, we're to our last film.
And it's definitely not the best. Was it the last? It said the best for last. We did not say the best for last.
The Company of Wolves.
That's an awesome poster. That poster is phenomenal.
Fuck you on the poster, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck you on the poster because I had not seen this movie, so I was super excited to watch this before the program. Super excited. It did not take long for that excitement to die a horrible death. Budget was $2.8 million. It made $5.5. In gothic dreamscape of misty forests, old wives' tales, and symbolic nightmares, teenage Rosaline journeys through a world where innocent girls become prey. Wolves wear men's clothing, and transformation is the price of desire. As her grandmother warns her to never stray from the path, Rosaline begins to question the rigid lessons of obedience and fear. A stylized feminist reimagining of Little Red Riding Hood, The Company of Wolves blends folklore, sexual awakening, and I thought it said body horror, into a lush allegorical fairy tale about the dangers and seductions of becoming an adult. Confusing. This film has confusing time jumps. It starts off in modern times. it all goes all over the place while she's telling the stories.
Well, there's a lot of stories within stories.
But the problem was they're telling stories in like during the Dark Ages that take place during the Victorian era.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the devil drives up in a car.
That's
It's
right.
just, it tries
With the
way too hard.
With the chest hair potion.
This reminds me of like a 14-year-old who discovers poetry and starts writing poetry, and they made a movie. Because it's really, 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 really style over substance, and the style ain't that great either. So by far the worst werewolf film I've ever seen.
For sure.
The director, so let's go to the kill count. There is 6 kills. However, they say you could interpret 8 to 10, but I counted 6. I feel like this is a Hallmark. If Hallmark made a horror movie and the writers were on LSD.
That's a good analogy.
So Angela Lansbury plays the grandmother. She tells the stories. Of course, Rosalie takes over. She tells the last story, and she tells the story to her mom. She tells 2 stories.
Fun fact: before Ron watched this movie, he told me that Angela Lansbury transforms into a wolf, and got me intrigued about it, but she does not.
No. She gets her head taken off, and I don't know if they ran out of money for the budget, but
They had to.
her hair. It looks like they used the mold to make Angela Lansbury's head, and just broke that because there's no blood. It's just it's empty and white. It's got white tears.
He just kind of bitch slapped her. It wasn't really.
Yeah, but when it breaks up, looks like porcelain.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was some sort of symbolic gesture.
Oh, of course it was. Of course it was.
So
she was hollow inside, or she was.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, which she wasn't. She was like she was the feminist, the matriarchal hero of it.
Yep, she was.
This was a giant. I will give them credit. It was a giant set. They filmed the whole thing on a giant set. And it looked. The set looks really good.
No, the set does look good.
But it looks like a set. It looks like something you'd see on Broadway. Sorry, if they made a Broadway play into a movie.
Yeah, you're right.
So
it does have that feel.
Yep. 70 pine trees were imported and rearranged to simulate a fairy tale landscape.
Wow.
The dogs were actually
wolves.
Well, no, they were the wolves were actually dogs in wolf costumes.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought
if
they were
you
actually.
watch it, they're definitely shepherds and huskies. You can really tell they're shepherds and huskies
because they said saw where they were actually on set. And they hung around set. One of them got freaked out by a duck and would not come back on set.
Okay, because the research I did, several of the wolves. Several.
Okay.
Several of the wolves were actually Belgian shepherds.
Okay.
With added fur extensions.
Now I did notice that one looked like a shepherd.
They were shepherds with weaves.
With weaves.
But Rob is correct. There were wolves on set.
And one got freaked out by a duck. Yeah. Would not come back on set.
I think the end scene, she was next. That was a wolf when Rosalie's with the wolf at the end. I think that was a wolf.
Yeah, it looks like a wolf.
I want to tell you something. You never want your face that close to. I would not be that close to a wolf.
I read where they had somebody ready with a rifle and tranquilizer darts in case something happens.
So you're getting mauled.
You're getting
mauled. The film deconstructs fairy tale archetypes. It does. Mm-hmm. Red Riding Hood, the male predator, the female submission. It openly addresses puberty, menstruation, sexual fear. This is a movie. It's very evident a movie about puberty. It's an allegory about puberty.
Yes. And to always watch out for guys whose eyebrows meet in the middle.
And all men are bad.
If you've got an eyebrow that meets in the middle, you're bad.
There's also a scene where, which is really gross. Apparently the mother and the father and the daughter share a room, and he's having sex with her. The little girl can see it, and then she asks, "Does Daddy hurt you?" So it's just all the men except for her father are portrayed as either evil or stupid, especially the one that is like chasing her, the one that likes her, with the huge missing tooth.
Yeah. So that sounds like a modern movie.
Yeah, this is definitely something that would be on Disney.
But it put out by Disney?
Yeah. It was banned because of the fact that there was definitely sexual overtones.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old Rosalie was supposed to be, but they definitely play the Lolita kind of angle with her.
For sure.
It was inspired by early Hammer films and by Black Sunday. To compare that to this film to any Hammer film or Black Sunday is an atrocity. This film doesn't even come close. It looks like a made-for-TV movie. It really does. And it's claims to have one of the best transformation effects in it. I will say, much like Rob and I, critics were divided because some called it pretentious. And it is pretentious.
The transformation
Again,
was ridiculous.
As Rob said, it would do very well. Well, no, what? Because woke films aren't doing very well. No. But it definitely would be praised by every critic in the world. Yeah. Oh, this is a feminist tale of empowerment.
Empowerment, and yeah.
It doesn't even do that well.
No, it doesn't.
So the transformation scene.
Horrible.
This is the transformation scene. They literally say this is better than American Werewolf in London.
Howling.
It's
no
insane.
way.
It starts off not bad. He rips his skin off, which I thought was a cool, like he's tearing off the human. But then it goes straight into Halloween Express animatronics.
Right.
Seriously. That's what I thought. It was like Halloween Express animatronics. But see, that part's not bad.
But this was actually what the transformation I was talking about. I was talking about the second one. It's coming out of his mouth.
No,
this one.
The one you got the face.
Right.
And,
it's definitely not.
Now you're getting into kind of, it looks like it doesn't look as good. But what really gets silly is this part.
Yeah.
This looks terrible.
It does. That's.
Now, there's a couple of moments in this that don't look bad when his mouth starts to grow. That's not bad. But now it absolutely looks like animatronic.
Oh, 100%.
Like right now, it looks like a corny. It's almost laughable how much it looks like if one of the Muppet creators dropped acid. So. See, it's just, it's not. Now, I mean, look, that looks like a puppet. To compare that to anything before, it just doesn't make sense. But Rob is right. The poster scene, the mouth coming out, the head coming out of the mouth is cool.
But then it looks like a fake. It kind of looks like a fake head.
And then they cut off the head, and this is not a bad scene where that this milk scene is actually not bad.
That was pretty.
It turns but the head looks fake.
Yeah,
it looks very fake. But had this been made a couple of years later, where the practical or had a better practical effects budget, they could have pulled that off. But
yeah, they could have.
But Rob's right. The second sequence.
Do you have a clip of that?
From the poster when the mouth comes out of the head comes out of the mouth.
It begins okay with the head
and then it goes to hell.
And then it looks like you definitely see it's a fake head, and it's just horrible.
So yeah, I didn't know they said it was as good or better than the stuff. Oh, fuck you. It was directed by Neil Jordan. He has 102 credits, and he actually later directed Interview with the Vampire. But this was his first feature film. He definitely improved.
Yes, for sure.
He also directed The Crying Game.
Huh, never seen that.
So, the men in this film are very effeminate. Mm-hmm. If you watch Interview with the Vampire, the male characters are, again, effeminate. So, there's definitely, the sexuality to me is not so much on the feminine side. It's definitely on more of the homosexual side.
Yeah.
Even in this film. I feel like a lot of the men have that. Even when they're trying to seduce Rosalie, it feels like a gay guy trying to seduce a straight woman.
It does kind of. You're right.
Yeah, no insult. I'm just saying that's the way it feels. So it was written by Angela Carter, who it was derived from her book The Bloody Chamber. She is a feminist writer and writes feminist style fairy tales. And yeah, the feminist, it's interwoven. I mean, it's blatant. Mm. It's blatant, but it's not preachy. It's just not blatant. Preachy. And Angela Lansbury is actually very good. And there is some humor mixed in. So, but the young girl who plays Rosalie, her name is Rosaline, is Sarah Peterson. She had no major credits before the film. Despite her performance, which is one of the better performances, she disappeared. Angela Lansbury, who's unhinged in this film. There's a lot of scenes where she's just, she plays the grandmother. I just feel this film was beneath her. I really do. She has 461 credits. If you don't know who she is, come on.
Yeah,
She's Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote. 12 seasons. David Warner, who plays the father, they really used him to get people to watch the film, but he's not in it much.
No, he's not.
So they used him to really promote the film, despite the fact he wasn't in it much. And he was in Tron. He played the bad guy in Tron. He was in the first Omen. And he was Jack the Ripper in Time After Time, which is my favorite role that he was in. He's just got that. He's got that gothic 1970s villain look, like the British villain look. Looks like a Bond villain.
Time After Time, was that the one with Christopher Reeve?
No, that's what one is that? That's where he goes back.
Where he goes to sleep and he goes back in time.
Yeah, Time After Time is H.G. Wells.
Okay.
So Malcolm McDowell plays H.G. Wells. He goes back in time to stop Jack the Ripper from who steals his time machine, because he actually has a time machine.
Right.
He steals it to go back in time. And he starts killing women.
Okay.
So it's also got Mary Steenburgen. So Stephen Ray, he plays the young groom Wolf. He's in The Crying Game. He has 185 credits. He was a frequent collaborator with the director. He was also in Interview with the Vampire. He played the guy who ran the vampire show, but he was also in The Crying Game, which I think is now shunned.
Really?
Because at the end of the film, the female is actually a male.
Right.
And because it paints that character in a bad light, I think it's people don't. During the time, it was incredibly controversial. Brian Glover plays the one of the boys' father, boy who's chasing Rosaline. He's been in 144 films, and he was in American Werewolf in London, which is a better film. I don't know why he did this one. And he's also better for us. He plays a Dutz in this film. I just made that word up, by the way.
What an understatement that American Werewolf in London is a better film. It's
superior. It's like it's a Will Smith movement. Keep American Werewolf London's name out of your fucking mouth. Yeah. And Daniel Dax, who plays the wolf woman at the end. It's the story that Rosaline tells the werewolf. She was from the band Lemon Kittens. And that's pretty much what she did afterward. Also, Zod's in this. He plays the devil.
The devil.
He plays the devil. He drives up in this car in one of the stories, gives a vial to this kid, this teenager, who pours on his chest, and he grows hair on his chest, and then he gets wrapped up in these vines, which I'm assuming is some kind of statement about male puberty. Yeah. Who the fuck knows? So no one kneels before him, though.
Kneel.
Yep, Terrence Stamp. 197 credits. I love Terrence Stamp. One of the best movie villain actors of all time. This is a Z for me, Rob. It sucks.
Z for me too, bro.
It's unwatchable.
No. Very unwatchable.
It's only 90 minutes, and it literally felt like a year. It was bad. I kept commenting to my wife. She was coming downstairs. I'm like, I cannot believe I'm watching this movie. So, but yeah, definite Z for me.
Z all the way.
And it's not because it's a feminist fairy tale. It's just a poorly told feminist fairy tale.
It has nothing to do with it.
And this is from a guy who likes steel magnolias and fried green tomatoes, so fuck you.
Right.
So that's where we're at. So we'll take a look. Mutant we had 2 Z's for this go round.
What the fuck?
Mutant Company Wolves, and then you add in to that Chud from the fest. So we had 3 Z's for 1984. I think that of all these, probably we get the most flack for Chud.
Probably.
Under the F category,
it's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Joining Children of the Corn is Silent Night, Deadly Night. I do know people would disagree with that one. I think we get a lot of flack for that one. In the C category,
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
But we didn't really add anything there. None of the comment and transfers remain. Again, I think people would probably lose their shit about none of the comment. In the A category.
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing.
We have Naked, Greased Up, Clint Eastwood. Well, that's gonna always be in my mind. Dreamscape, Toxic Avenger. We added Razorback and Firestarter. Razorback and Firestarter could have been S's, but Firestarter does have editing issues. The story kind of rambles. And really, Drew Barrymore carries the whole film.
She does.
So it doesn't get an S. Razorback, I would love to give an S, but I would have to then say it was up to the level of Jaws, and it's not. So, and I think most people would agree with those two. I don't think we get a lot of flack for that.
No, I think so.
And finally, for our goats.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's here than me! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So we didn't add anything. Nightmare on Elm Street because it launched Freddy Krueger. Gremlins because it's Gremlins. Friday the 13th Part 4, which really did revive the slasher genre because it started strong and then fell off. Ghostbusters.
Because it's Ghostbusters.
Can't say anything more. And Terminator. So
I'll be back.
Yep. So, and we mentioned that Terminator and Gremlins are some of the few films that actually have sequels that are as good or better than the first film. I personally, Gremlins is an A and Gremlins 2 is an S, but Brandy would come over to my house and beat me with a stick.
She would. I think both of them are S's.
I agree with you, Rob. I would agree with that. I love Gremlins 2. Love it. So that's
1984.
So we had a total of, what is that, 5, 10, 14, 17 movies.
17 movies.
In 3 parts. Yeah, I'm happy with that, Rob. I am. I'm happy with that. I really am. I think we hit it. So guys, we are going to take a break because we have so much going on. We're going to talk about it in a second.
4 weeks, right?
So we're going to come back.
4 weeks.
Coming back September 11th. We'll be starting part 1 of 1985. So we'll be back on the 11th. Please like and follow Be Your Own Hero Productions page so you can keep up to speed. Also, please like and subscribe and follow our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of cool things on there. Our TikTok, our Instagram, our Twitter X, and then we have Rumble. So please like and follow. The best thing you can do for us, if you do that, that goes so far.
Yes.
It makes such a huge difference. So please do so. Have a great night.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. We love you guys. We'll be back on September 11th, 7:30, same time. We'll be doing the best horror films of 1985 Part 1. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your love.